This is Radio Nepal. I'm Kaushal Ghimire with the news, the headlines first. Foreign Affairs Minister Dr. Naren Khadka leaves for a 3-day official visit to China. House of Representatives discusses proposal on further strengthening legal provisions on women's rights. Two former Prime Ministers, Dr. Baburam Bhattarai and Chananath Khanal, holds meeting with Prime Minister Sherbahadur Dewar. And a person dies after blasts rocked a Russian military base in the Russian-annexed Crimea. Now the news in detail. The Minister for Foreign Affairs, Dr. Naren Khadka, left for a 3-day official visit to China yesterday evening. Minister Khadka left for China at the invitation of State Councillor and Minister of Foreign Affairs of People's Republic of China, Wang Yi. During the visit, Minister Khadka will hold bilateral talks with his Chinese counterpart in the Chinese city of Qingdao on Wednesday. State Councillor and Foreign Affairs Minister Wang Yi will host a banquet in honor of Minister Khadka and the members of the Nepali delegation. Minister Khadka is scheduled to return to Kathmandu on Thursday. Election Commission has unveiled the election calendar for the upcoming elections of the House of Representatives and Provincial Assembly. As per the schedule published by the Commission yesterday, the nomination of the first-past-the-post system of both federal and provincial level elections will be called on the 9th of October. Chief Election Commissioner Dinesh Kumar Thapaliya said the Commission had approved the election calendar on Sunday itself. However, the Commission has said the election schedule might see some changes later on. As per the current schedule, the final name list of the election candidates will be published on the 12th of October. In the proportional representation system, the parties will have to submit the closed list of the candidates on 18th and 19th of September. Parliamentarians during the discussion on a proposal of urgent public importance have stressed the need for reviewing the existing laws related to women's rights. They also urged the political parties to give space to the representation of women in the first-past-the-post electoral system in upcoming federal and provincial elections. The parliamentarians also viewed the women's participation could be ensured by setting separate constituencies exclusively for women. In the proposal presented by parliamentarian Amrita Thapa, 11 other parliamentarians backed the proposal, stating that women had been playing an important role in each change observed in the country. Proposer Thapa viewed that their proportional participation as guaranteed by the Constitution should be implemented. The Election Commission of Nepal has been collecting suggestions from all quarters to prepare an integrated draft on the amendment of election-related laws. Meanwhile, Minister for Law, Justice and Parliamentary Affairs Govinda Prasad Sharma Koirala said the proposal was effective for legal and structural reforms for women's participation in the upcoming elections. Prime Minister Sherbahadur Dewar has said that he is always committed to protecting and promoting the rights of the cultural identity of indigenous nationalities. Speaking at a program organized to mark the 28th International Indigenous Day 2022 in Kathmandu yesterday, Prime Minister Dewar said all should work together to bring them to the mainstream of the state, at the same time protecting their identity. He also said that the government was serious towards preserving the language, culture and script of all the communities in the country. The U.S. Special Envoy to advance the human rights of the LGBTQI+ persons, Jessica Stern, has arrived in Nepal for a 5-day visit. During her stay, Special Envoy Stern will meet with the government officials, human rights activists and members of the LGBTQI+ community to discuss joint efforts to protect and strengthen the human rights of the LGBTQI persons in Nepal. The U.S. has been a leading nation in ensuring human rights for the LGBTQI+ community around the world. The U.S. Embassy in Kathmandu has also been supporting different initiatives to enhance the quality of life of individuals of the LGBTQI+ community in Nepal. Minister for Communication and Information Technology, Gyanendra Bahadur Karki, has said that the ruling alliance is not only for the party leaders to win the elections, but to guide the country towards stability and sustainable economic development. Speaking at a press meet organized by Nepal Press Union Kabre Palanchok in Banepa yesterday, Minister Karki said after the formation of the alliance, the constitution and democracy had been protected. Also, the government spokesperson, Communication Minister Karki, said that the government was formed to give the country political stability, economic development and prosperity. The Ministry of Health and Population yesterday reported 1,090 new cases of COVID-19 in Nepal. According to the ministry, the cases were confirmed while testing 6,300 samples. Similarly, 438 people recovered from the virus infection yesterday itself. Meanwhile, 2 people succumbed to the virus yesterday. Chief Election Commissioner Dinesh Kumar Thapalia has said the Commission will move ahead using new technology and practices to make federal and provincial elections successful. Addressing a program organized to review voters' education in recent local elections, Chief Election Commissioner Thapalia admitted the ineffectiveness of the voters' education during the local level elections. In the program attended by the executives of various government media houses, the Chief Election Commissioner vowed to continue the positive practices and learn from the past mistakes. Also taking part in the program, Radio Nepal's Executive Director Buddhi Bahadur Kesi suggested providing voters' education materials based on the reach of the media houses. Likewise, Nepal Advertisement Board Chair Lakshman Humagai pointed to violation of election code of conduct on various social media sites and urged for effective laws. Similarly, Nepal Television's executive chairman Samir Jung Saha pledged wholehearted support of government media to the Election Commission. A delegation led by CPN Unified Socialist senior leader Jhalanath Khanal met with Prime Minister Shabadu Dewa yesterday. Khanal drew the attention of the Prime Minister to India imposing 30% tax on Nepali tea. Leader Khanal's secretariat said after the meeting at Balwatar, Prime Minister Dewa expressed commitment to extend maximum help in resolving the problem. During the meeting, Prime Minister Dewa and Leader Khanal also exchanged views on contemporary issues. Prime Minister Dewa also met Nepal Socialist Party Chairman Dr. Baburam Bhattarai and other leaders of the party. According to the Prime Minister's office, they discussed contemporary political issues. CPN Maoist Centre's chair Pushpakamal Dal Prachanda held a meeting with senior leader of Japan's ruling Liberal Democratic Party Toshihiro Nikai yesterday. Nikai, the former General Secretary of the party and former minister, is the president of Nepal-Japan Parliamentary Committee. According to Leader Dahal's secretariat, the meeting focused on various aspects of Nepal-Japan relations. On the occasion, Leader Dahal urged the government of Japan to increase the scale of its assistance to Nepal. Leader Dahal is on a tour to Japan. You're listening to Radio Nepal's 8 a.m. English News Bulletin. On to an international update now. A person has been killed after a blast rocked a military base in Crimea. The head of the Russia-appointed regional administration there, Sergei Eskinov, wrote on social media that the blast had taken place at the Saki military base on the peninsula's western coast. Footage circulating on social media appeared to show multiple explosions. Russia's defense ministry later said ammunition was detonated, but this had not been independently verified. The Russian ministry said there was no fire impact on the ammunition storage area. The Ukrainian peninsula that Russia annexed in 2014 is a popular destination with Russian tourists, and one video appeared to show visitors fleeing from a beach as smoke rose in the background. Now, the general weather forecast for the country for today, according to the Meteorological Forecasting Division, the weather will be partly to generally cloudy throughout the country. Light to moderate rain with thunder and lightning is likely to occur at some places of the hilly regions and at a few places of the country. There were also chances of heavy rainfall at 1 or 2 places of Province number 1, Bagmati Province and Gandaki Province. Kathmandu's weather report: for the past 24 hours, the maximum temperature was 31.5 degrees Celsius and the minimum was 20.5 degrees Celsius. Well, that's all the news we have for this bulletin, but before wrapping up, the headlines once again. Foreign Affairs Minister Dr. Naren Khadka leaves for a 3-day official visit to China. House of Representatives discusses proposal on further strengthening legal provisions on women's rights. 2 former Prime Ministers, Dr. Baburam Bhattarai and Chandranath Khanal, holds meeting with Prime Minister Shabad Dewa, and a person dies after blast rocked a Russian military base in Russia-annexed Crimea. Well, that's all the news we have for this bulletin. Our next bulletin in English will be at 2 in the afternoon. You can also listen to us online at our website, www.onlineradionepal.gov.np. Keep listening to Radio Nepal and have a good day.